Today, we're gearing up to explore the adrenaline-pumping world of base defense games. Whether you're fending off hordes of zombies, repelling alien invasions, or protecting your stronghold from enemy forces, these games offer thrilling challenges and strategic gameplay. They are Billions. The game combines elements of city building, tower defense, and survival gameplay, set in a steampunk-themed post-apocalyptic world. Players take on the role of a commander tasked with building and managing a colony in a world overrun by billions of infected creatures, reminiscent of zombies. The primary objective is to build a thriving colony while fending off waves of increasingly challenging zombie attacks. The gameplay revolves around resource management, base building, and strategic defense. Players must gather resources such as wood, stone, and food to expand their colony, research new technologies, and train units to defend against the hordes of infected. Balancing expansion with defense is crucial, as one small breach in the defenses can lead to the collapse of the entire colony. They Are Billions features both a campaign mode and a survival mode. The campaign mode offers a series of challenging scenarios with unique objectives and story elements, while the survival mode pits players against endless waves of zombies, challenging them to survive for as long as possible. One of the key features emphasis on strategic planning and defense. Players must carefully design their colony layout, placing walls, towers, and defensive structures in strategic locations to funnel and eliminate the infected efficiently. Each map presents its own challenges, with terrain features and choke points influencing the optimal defensive strategy. In KeeperRL, players are tasked with overseeing every aspect of their dungeon's development, from designing the layout and constructing rooms to managing resources and training minions. The game offers a variety of creatures to recruit, each with its own strengths and abilities, allowing players to customize their dungeon to suit their playstyle. Exploration plays a crucial role in KeeperRL, as players venture into the surrounding wilderness to gather resources, discover treasures, and encounter other dungeons and factions. These interactions can lead to alliances, conflicts, or unexpected events, adding depth and unpredictability to the gameplay experience. Combat is turn-based and strategic, requiring players to carefully position their minions and utilize their abilities to outmaneuver and defeat their opponents. With its blend of dungeon management, exploration, and tactical combat, KeeperRL offers a rich and immersive gameplay experience that will appeal to fans of strategy games and roguelikes alike. Whether building, exploring, or battling, players will find plenty of opportunities for creativity and strategic thinking as they strive to become the ultimate dungeon master. Kingdoms and Castles is a city building and management simulation game released in 2017. It allows players to build and manage their own medieval kingdom in a charming and colorful world. Players start with a small village and gradually expand it into a thriving medieval kingdom. They must manage resources such as wood, stone, and food to construct buildings, fortifications, and infrastructure. Players must also balance the needs of their citizens, ensuring they have housing, food, and employment to keep them happy and productive. A key aspect of Kingdoms and Castles is the construction of defenses to protect the kingdom from various threats, including Viking raids, dragon attacks, and natural disasters. Players can build walls, towers, and fortresses to defend their territory, as well as recruit soldiers and archers to man the defenses. The game features a dynamic weather system and seasons that impact gameplay, with harsh winters affecting food production and storms causing damage to buildings and infrastructure. Mindustry is a sandbox tower defense game. It combines elements of tower defense, resource management, and factory building into a unique and challenging gameplay experience. In Mindustry, players are tasked with building and defending their own industrial complex on various planets. The game features a grid-based map where players can construct various types of structures, including resource mines, conveyor belts, turrets, and defensive walls. The core gameplay loop involves gathering resources such as sand, coal, and titanium from resource nodes scattered across the map. Players then use these resources to construct factories and production lines to manufacture weapons, ammunition, and other items needed for defense. As waves of enemy drones and other hostile units attack the player's base, players must strategically place turrets and defensive structures to fend off the attackers. The game offers a wide variety of turret types, each with its own strengths and weaknesses, allowing for diverse defensive strategies. One of the standout features of Mindustry is its deep and complex factory management system. Players can design intricate production chains, automate resource transportation, and optimize their factories for maximum efficiency. This aspect of the game adds a layer of depth and strategy beyond traditional tower defense gameplay. Diplomacy is not an option, is an engaging game where you step into the shoes of a medieval feudal lord experiencing a midlife crisis. Confronted with the monotony and meaningless management of your city, you suddenly face a challenge. Hordes of enemies, swarms of monsters, and rebellious peasants become part of your daily life, injecting it with new colors. The gameplay starts with an easy introductory mission, but soon requires strategic thinking and situation analysis, especially when you join the resistance. You find yourself in the center of a randomly generated map, surrounded by rioting peasants and enemies. You'll need to manage resources and defend your territories using magic and tactical maneuvers. However, managing the kingdom isn't always perfect due to the lack of options to command workers. Nonetheless, the game remains captivating thanks to its intriguing plot and dynamic gameplay. In the Riftbreaker, players assume the role of Captain Ashley S. Nowak, an elite scientist, engineer, and soldier, known as a Riftbreaker. Equipped with a powerful mecha suit called a Mecha Suit Armor, MSA, players embark on an interstellar journey to an alien planet known as Galatea 37. The gameplay revolves around exploring the alien planet, gathering resources, building and expanding a base, and defending it against hostile alien creatures. Players must manage resources such as energy, ore, and biomass to construct various structures and upgrade their equipment. Combat is fast-paced and action-packed, with players using their MSA to engage in battles against swarms of hostile aliens. The MSA can be equipped with a variety of weapons and abilities, allowing players to customize their loadout to suit their playstyle. Thronefall is a small indie game that may not boast grandeur, but it's a pleasant way to spend some time. It's a fairly simple strategy game where you're tasked with rebuilding a city as a knight. During the day, you focus on construction, while at night, hordes of monsters and enemy soldiers with catapults attack. The economy here is straightforward. You build the main building, houses, farms, mines, and fishing huts, all of which generate daily income. Everything can be upgraded to increase profits. The better your main building, the more structures you can build. You can also build your own troops, slow knights or fast spearmen, archers, crossbowmen, and soldiers with maces. There are defensive structures like towers and walls, which can be upgraded into ballistae or oil cauldrons. Walls come in wood and stone varieties. Don't forget about your knight, who also serves as a strong combat character. In Orcs Must Die, players take on the role of a young apprentice mage tasked with defending various fortresses and strongholds from hordes of invading orcs and other fantasy creatures. The game features a variety of levels with different layouts and enemy types, each presenting unique challenges and obstacles to overcome. The core gameplay revolves around strategically placing traps, obstacles, and defensive structures to thwart the advancing enemy forces. Players have access to a wide array of traps and weapons, including spikes, arrow walls, acid pits, and magical spells, which can be used to inflict damage or hinder the progress of the enemy waves. In addition to setting up defenses, players can directly engage with the enemy using a variety of weapons and abilities, ranging from swords and crossbows to powerful spells and potions. This adds an action-packed element to the gameplay, allowing players to get up close and personal with the invading horde. In Plants vs. Zombies, players must defend their house from waves of zombies by strategically placing plants with unique abilities in their yard. Each plant has its own offensive or defensive capabilities, such as shooting peas, lobbing projectiles, or providing barriers to slow down the zombies. Players must carefully choose and position their plants to counter the different types of zombies that appear throughout the game. The game features a variety of levels, each with its own layout and challenges. As players progress, they encounter new types of zombies with different abilities and behaviors, as well as new plants to help them fend off the increasingly difficult waves of enemies. In addition to the main adventure mode, offers various mini-games, puzzles, and survival modes that provide additional challenges and opportunities to earn in-game currency and unlock new plants and upgrades. One of the key appeals of Plants vs. Zombies is its charming and humorous presentation. The game features colorful graphics, quirky character designs, and humorous dialogue that add to the overall lighthearted and playful tone own. In Sanctum 2, players take on the role of one of 4 characters, each with their own unique abilities and weapons, as they work together to defend strategic points from waves of alien creatures. The game features a variety of levels with diverse environments, layouts, and enemy types, providing players with a range of challenges to overcome. The core gameplay loop revolves around building and upgrading defensive structures, such as towers and walls, to create mazes and choke points to funnel and defeat the incoming enemies. Players must strategically place their defenses and coordinate with teammates to maximize their effectiveness against the waves of foes. In addition to setting up defenses, players also have the ability to directly engage with the enemies using a variety of weapons and abilities. Each character has access to a unique arsenal of weapons and tools, ranging from assault rifles and shotguns to sniper rifles and grenade launchers, allowing players to customize their playstyle and role within the team.